Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Pisces, I'm going to be doing a reading today all about chapters closing and new chapters beginning. For this series of readings, I chose this beautiful ocean jasper crystal tower for just flow state, flow energy as we transition from one chapter to another in our lives, that it's the intention of this crystal being here, being present for this reading, that it is true and mindful and an easy kind of transition for you. I'm going to be using this brand new deck that I got, which I'm super excited about. The Oracle of the Universe by Stacey DeMarco, and the Muse Tarot for your reading. So for Cancer's reading, I was just going to pull one card for the overall energy, but many cards came out from the Oracle deck, and so Spirit just kind of made the decision for me that one overall energy for the reading, and then 4 more Oracle cards for your base spread, 4 tarot cards for the clarifiers, past, present, and future, and advice from Spirit. Some of you may have Cancer in your chart, because one of these cards showed up for Cancer as well. It's the overall energy for Pisces, number 39, which is an 11, the Justice card. The Justice card? Yes, the Justice card. It's interesting because I didn't know that there was a nebula called the Skull Nebula, or Rosette Nebula, and the word is fragility. Interesting, Pisces. Fragility, that you could be feeling like, you know what this looks like? I just heard, I'm at my wit's end. I'm at my wit's end. That there's almost like, there's only so much more you can take of a situation, which is, in a sense, or in a way, the very thing that's going to catapult you from one chapter of your life to another. Because it's like being backed into a corner. You have no choice but to fight. Could also look like, or represents to me, perhaps a death of the ego. Right? Everything that you built yourself up to be is kind of crumbling, but it's good, right? Whenever we have ego death, whatever they call an ego death, however you describe that to yourself, this idea that kind of a dismantling of identity, right? In order to make space for reinvention. This was a big theme in my last series of general readings towards the end, through the fire and the air signs. There's a lot of discussion about rewriting the narrative of your own life. So I feel as though that could be something that a lot of people are going through right now. I mean, like the world's going through that. Some people rewrite the narrative to hide things. Thank you, Spirit. It felt good when I said it too. but it's a delicate affair. It's a delicate situation that we're talking about here. And your mindset could feel very delicate at this time. 4 cards for the base spread, all down. I'm going to pull 4 cards for clarifier from the tarot deck, the Muse Tarot for Pisces. One more. Thank you. Okay. In the past energy, this is the same. Oh, Cancer didn't get it in this position, but they did get this card, number 43, which reduces to a 7, the Chariot card in the Major Arcana. Cancer energy. The constellation, or bright star rather, the bright star, is Vega, and the word is dynamism, which I had a difficult time saying in the Cancer reading. Dynamism, dynamism. This idea of dynamic energy for Cancer, and I see it somewhat with you as well. Well, it's actually a little different for you, as it should be. But for Cancer, it was that they were kind of larger than life, that the eagle represented here was an even bigger presence than the space behind it. The idea of outgrowing the space that you're in, outgrowing the mentality, the identity, the environment that you're in. But for you, Pisces, I'm more focused on the talons. I'm more focused on the grip. And this idea that you are trying to grip this great, bright light, this source of knowledge, power, because, you know, we're in this state right now, so we're looking at anything that can kind of nourish us, comfort us, make sense to us. This is the past energy. It's clarified by the 2 of Inspiration in reverse. 2 of Inspiration is the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands in the tarot is all about directionality. You can see here this character is kind of looking out into the horizon. She's got a telescope, though. It's not like binoculars. That just occurred to me. She's got a telescope, right? She's got a telescope, and it's kind of aimed at this. You did get this card in reverse, though, so it's in the upright. This card is about trying to figure out which direction to go in. So for me, when the card is in reverse, it's kind of like we've spotted, as the eagle does, we've spotted our target. And now it's just about achieving it, attaining it, getting to it. And so I'm going to pull one more clarifier. This is the past energy for you, Pisces. Thank you. 7 of Voices in reverse. Interesting. This 7 of Voices card is kind of heady because look at her face here, and then look at it in the reverse, really intense. The foxes are laughing when the card is in reverse. 7 of Voices, 7 of Swords can talk about trying to garner the advantage in a situation, trying to find the best option that causes the least amount of resistance. When I see the card in reverse, it's almost like I hear Spirit saying they're not going to go without kicking and screaming. You could have been making a fuss, Pisces. I mean, I definitely feel kind of just short of anger. It's like frustration from this card, from this expression. Yes, there's determination, maybe, but I just see it as kind of a kind of we're thinking maybe a little too much with the emotions and not quite enough with the mind. Right? It is a mind card. It is a voices or a swords card in the tarot. The swords are all the air energies. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The ones known for being cerebral. So when a swords card is in reverse, it's kind of like we're not really sitting fully in the element. So it's like the inner critic, and it's just these foxes snarling and snickering at you. Or this is the perception, right? And so all you're trying to do is hold on tight to what makes sense, to what feels truthful and honest and powerful. So now you find yourself in this position. I feel like there was a little bit of rebellion, because now you find yourself in this position of protection. The word is protection. The Helix Nebula, number 37, which reduces to a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This is an amazing card. Just visually, for me, it's like it ticks all the boxes of awesome, because we have the representation of the nebula, within it a representation of the earth, and then this kind of earthly scene, and then a ladder where a ladder doesn't make sense. I mean, it's very surreal. There's something sitting on the ladder. I don't have my reading glasses. I can't tell what it is, but I want to say it's like a squirrel, a chipmunk, a squirrel. That I'm not really sure. There are animals down here as well. It's hard to tell, but there are, I think they're deer or moose. They have large antlers. Helix, and underneath it, it says Eye of God. Eye of God. Just trying to stare into that eye to see what I can see. Typically when the earth is represented in a tarot card, it's represented in the Empress, Mother Earth energy. In true Pisces fashion, this card seemingly represents standing at the veil between worlds, between this earthly world and the next. Oh, they just gave it to me. Oh, Spirit just gave it to me. So Pisces is represented by the High Priestess card in the Major Arcana of the Tarot. The High Priestess is this character, Divine Feminine, who represents somebody who sits at the veil between worlds. So she has one foot in the here and now, and she has one foot in the afterlife, the underworld, whatever is on the other side of the veil, where psychic knowledge is derived, where one can talk to spirits, one has clairvoyancy, claircognizance, clairsentience, where there are secrets, where there is quietness, there is observation. But the veil between worlds for you is between this world and the next world, meaning this dimension and the next, like jumping quantum timelines. I always get readings like this for Pisces. You know, I watch a lot of tarot. I read a lot of tarot. I'm always obsessed with tarot. Thank you, Spirit. They are also excited that I finally figured it out. When tarot readers read for Pisces, they love to read for Pisces because Pisces energy, I have a Pisces moon. So Pisces energy just allows for the esoteric and the conceptual and the digging deeper. And so when I read for Pisces, I look at your cards in a way that I might not have been able to for another sign, right? So it just makes me very excited. But we're not just talking about, okay, we're going to end one chapter of our life and we're going to start a new one, and we're moving to a new town, or we're getting a new job, or we're entering into a new relationship. No. That's not enough for Pisces. Pisces is jumping quantum timelines. Pisces is literally up leveling. And along the way, this reminder that spirit has your back, that it's terrifying. But Four of Inspiration, the Four of Wands card, is also known as the 1111 card, can also be known to refer to twin flame energy. The Four of Inspiration talks about a solid foundation, something that is rooted in stability and celebration. And here it's just a circle of sisterhood, a circle of friendships. That is something that you can rely on. And look at this. I see this as a beautiful synchronicity. The ladder here, and I don't know if you can tell on this card, there are 4 lines to represent the wands. They're ever so slight, leading up to what seems like a constellation type thing. So this is very, very synchronous to me. And 1, 2, 3. I think there are only 3 moose or deer or whatever down here, but it's this idea, right? Like kind of channeling a gathering and of movement upward into another state of consciousness. This is your present energy. 3 cards. I can't make it up. Look at it. The High Priestess. And there she shows up for you. You showed up in your own reading, Pisces. Very good. Very good. Okay, so we've already talked about the High Priestess. Here she is as a confirmation. Please take it as a confirmation. Right? The moon here touching the palm of her hand, almost like she's imbuing, or rather garnering power from the moon, that kind of heavenly body that informs so much of life on Earth. Right? Without the moon, we would not exist. The moon is what allows the planet to turn, because it turns the tides. And the sheer inertia of the tides is what turns the Earth. Gravity helps it to maintain, but it's the tides that start the inertia, right? I don't know why Spirit wanted me to tell you all that. Well, also because it's cool. Then you have 3 cards in reverse. The 5 of Materials, the 5 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Chariot in reverse. So the Chariot did pop up, but it did pop up in reverse. So it's almost like in the past energy, there could have been a lot of movement forward because you had no choice. And now in the present energy, you're just like, okay, we got to slow things way down. Way down, because there's too much happening. Too many downloads from Spirit. Like there's like so much spiritual ambition here that it's perhaps difficult to wrap your mind around it all. So this is like a kind of, the record scratching, like everything's stopping for a moment. So because the up leveling wants to happen, but there could be a part of you that's just like, I'm not ready. Like, I thought I was ready, but I'm not ready. The thing about it is, because they're showing me that the tides and the moon, it's like once the inertia happens, it's like, Pisces, just buckle up. You can dig your heels in. Spirit just wanted me to say, oh, that's cute. That seems kind of mean, but that's what I heard in my head. Whenever I'm channeling messages, it's like they're giving me the Rolodex in my brain. And when I said, you can dig your heels in, Spirit said, oh, that's cute. When you're meant to be great, when you're meant to up level, when you're meant to ascend spiritually, you can go kicking and screaming, but ultimately it's about flow, right? The water energy, it's about surrender. Oh, that word that we love to hate to love, surrender. Got the Hermit energy here in reverse. And for you today, I kind of see it as Spirit saying, like, you might want to consider a little bit of hermitude right now, because it's a time for contemplation. You are meant for bigger, better, greater. And you have to figure out kind of what you want to do with it, what direction you want to move into, because with the Five of Materials in reverse, this is usually a card of feeling left out. The card is in reverse. It's kind of like, I just see Spirit kind of opening up their arms to you, kind of beckoning you towards this enlightenment. And, yeah, I mean, this could be the thing that's just making your mind just so scattered right now. Because yeah, it's like all you want to do is just zip on by, right? Slow and steady wins the race, they just said. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not that they're putting pressure on you to have it all figured out. Quite the contrary. This shift in quantum up-leveling, to a certain extent, it's not happening totally on a conscious level, right? By you just making your everyday decisions, you are changing so many outcomes. You are changing so many circumstances in your life with every single decision you make. So process can happen over time. It's just like when people lose weight and they just do it over time. I have a coworker who's a Pisces, and she's just been intermittent fasting and doing juice cleanses, and she wants me to do it with her, and I've adamantly said no, but I'm thinking about it. She's probably not going to watch this, but if she does, I'm thinking about it. But just one day last week, I said, so how much weight have you lost? And she said 30 pounds. And I was like, that's amazing. And I mean, she's been looking great this whole time. She looked great before. She looks great now. But because I see her like almost every day, it's like I didn't really realize, it didn't really register, because I see her every day and the change is incremental. But she absolutely up-leveled her life. She let go of things that she didn't need, and she's welcoming things that are new. But she massively quantum leaped. And that's what you're doing. So don't be overwhelmed by that idea, because you're kind of already doing it. In the future potential, I mean, look, Cassiopeia, pride. Number 23, which is the 5 energy, the Hierophant. I mean, look at her. This is kind of like a cosmic mirror behind her. You know what it reminds me of? The mirror, what's it called? From Harry Potter. The Mirror of Erised, or Desire backwards. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. The Mirror of Erised. Think about that mirror in Harry Potter, right? Like, he saw what he wanted to see, but Dumbledore gave him a warning about the mirror, which is that men have wasted their whole lives in front of this mirror, looking at the potential of what could have been, as opposed to just living their lives. And so I don't know why that's important to say, but Spirit wanted me to say it, that there can be so much planning and, you know, deliberating and strategizing and whatever. But if you're constantly waiting for the right moment may never come, and then you will have wasted time deliberating it instead of just saying, throwing my hat in the ring, let's go. But this is a gorgeous, strong energy, confident. I don't think you could encapsulate a more confident posturing. You're going to be really proud of yourself for all of the things, 4 of materials, that you have earned. All of the things you have garnered, that you have amassed, that you have saved. You're really proud that all of your hard work has paid off. It's a really nice energy. Six of Voices in reverse to clarify. Interesting. Six of Voices in the upright talks about moving from choppy waters to calm waters. So I was trying to ask Spirit if this pride was like pride before the fall. Pride as a word, I mean, you have to be careful with pride, right? Too much pride and too little pride are not great either way. I mean, we should have a healthy amount of pride. We should have a healthy amount of ego, which is not to say too much. So I was just kind of asking Spirit, because it seems like you may be kind of stuck in a certain situation that is still chaotic. But I see that you're standing your ground, that you're protecting what's yours. Right? When we up level, somebody inevitably is going to want a piece of it. So we have to steel ourselves against that. So you're going to be facing this in the near future, where things are going to start to become abundant for you. I mean, they're already pretty abundant in so many ways that I see here. But things are going to start to come in for you in a different way. And it's like there may be 1 or 2 people that are going to try and ride your coattails. I see this flock of birds in my mind. And, you know, when you see birds in flight and they form that kind of V formation, the bird in the front bears all of the weight of the wind. But as the birds spread out into that V formation, they form this very aerodynamic line where the wind resistance is cut so that they can all fly more efficiently. That's bird, you know, kingdom for you. And when that front bird gets tired, then another bird will switch with them. Like, how do animals know? It's because there's like amazing divine intelligence, right? And for some reason, this is how I see you. I see you as the bird in the front, kind of bearing the brunt of innovation and bravery, and the birds in the back behind you trying to ride your coattails, trying to ride on your wind. And you can let them, right? You're still in the front, but it's almost like the burden of that might get to be a little too much. I can identify with this. I'm trying to explain it in a better way. I don't think I'm explaining it as well as I would like. It's like you're the trailblazer. It's like you're the oldest kid, right? The oldest kid always has to bear the brunt of the parents and like life. By the time the middle kid and the younger kid come, it's like they got a free pass. Something like that. Advice from Spirit, number 31, which reduces to a 4, the Emperor card. Hercules, strength. This is a constellation, the constellation of Hercules. The Strength card, well, the Emperor card, talking about divine masculine energy, the power of all 4 kings, the CEO, the boss, the ruler, running an empire, running a business, running a family, but just doing it with a lot of aggressive, forthright energy. In your in your advice from Spirit, Spirit is asking you to kind of fortify yourself at this time with as much strength as you can muster. It's clarified here by this 3 of inspiration. It's a card of waiting. In the upright, it's all about waiting, right? What did I just said about waiting? It's like waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. And it's almost like you just got to kick all the dominoes down and like blaze the trail. It could be difficult, you know, like especially if you're in this energy, but this is part of the up-leveling. It's a test in some ways, and it might not be one that you appreciate because you're just trying to make it day to day, but Spirit is kind of really, look, the Emperor card. Please take that, even if it's in reverse, please take that as a confirmation. There's one more card here. What is it? Oh my God. The World. We're talking about chapters closing and new chapters beginning. So many synchronicities, it's ridiculous. Because I thought I saw the World, and here it is. 2 different decks. Look, the sizing is almost identical. Please take that as a synchronicity. Wow. I just have to kind of take that in for a second. There could be a part of you that's like at odds with yourself, the Emperor in the upright and the Emperor in reverse. It's a push and pull. It's a mind game. It's a mental challenge. It's your mental fortitude. Right? That is being literally tested. But it's part of what is going to take you from this world to the next. So that's your reading, Pisces. Amazing. If it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Pisces.